Yo, what's happening? Guess who this is? No, it's not Jesse Camp, the annoying MTV VJ. Think a little harder. No, think harder. No, it's not the annoying Adam Sandler either. Come on, it's at the tip of your tongue. Oh, yes, come on, you guys people retarded? It's Pauly Shore. Yeah, that's right, this is Pauly Shore. You remember from Encino Man, The Jury Duty, Biodome. Christ, at least I was bigger than Piscopo, for God's sakes. Listen, you are listening right now to the man that only made one movie, but yet everyone knows who the he is. The main man, the king of all media, Mr. Howard Stern.
All right, thank you, Pauly. Very nice. We did a little interview with him yesterday. Someone said to me, why did you have Pauly Shore on? All the years you wouldn't have him on. I said, because now he's got nothing. Now's the time. He's an interesting story now.
One of the guys I see, a couple of times a week, he says to me, is there anybody interesting on the show today? And I thought, because I always forget the show right after it's done.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, Pauly Shore was in. I said, anybody interesting?
He was interesting.
Leave me alone. Pauly was a good interview.
He was. Jackie Penthouse Joke Page Martling is not a good interview, but his 3 filthy, dirty joke CDs are only $12 plus $4 U.S. shipping. Also on cassette, buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Saturday, June 19th, a big show at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. For information of Filthy 3D Joke Man, visit jokeland.com. You know who needs a plug? Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf. He's appearing somewhere.
He's appearing somewhere?
Yeah, if he wants to come in and give his plug real quick, let him sit down. He's probably loaded out of his brain right now.
How long ago was it that we did that makeover? It's completely gone now.
Yep.
He had this cute little haircut and tried to fix his teeth, but that didn't work out.
Hey, I got to tell you a story. While Hank is making his entrance, and I know it's distracting because he's very, very short and very drunk. Oh, here he is.
The Angry Dwarf.
Oh, is he small?
Small.
He looks like a miniature Paul Bunyan.
He's drunk up, of course.
How you doing there, Hank? Don't talk yet until you get in front of a microphone because we don't want to miss a word.
Casey.
Yeah, he usually starts talking when he hits the room.
Lift him up, Casey.
Casey's chasing him.
Roll him in the chair.
Hank has his usual 7-Up bottle filled with booze. It's so cute.
7/8 vodka.
Right. How is he still alive?
How come we've never met his parents?
I never die.
Would you, what?
I never die.
No, I mean, how do you live? I cannot believe how you are not, like, diseased or... I mean, this is a guy who drinks...
He was on his last legs, and he seems to be.
Jackie, do you know... I mean, seriously, you're a drinker. Do you know anyone who drinks as much as Hank?
No, and you know what? He actually looks fairly healthy right now.
Right.
Look at him nuts.
Oh, I'm not that... I'm not in the greatest shape in the world.
You know what gives him away? His mouth is so corroded.
Yes.
Seriously.
Because I do brush my teeth and, use mouthwash and all that. But I guess it's the booze.
Yeah, because his gums are always all rotten.
Yeah, and the teeth are...
Teeth are all chipped.
What are they?
I know lots of people that drink a lot, and whenever we see Hanky's drunk, but it's 6:30 or 7. It's in the morning.
Yeah.
Does he fall down a lot? Is that how he chips the teeth up?
No, but...
Well, yeah, I fell down the stairs in my house once, and that's how these... Actually, my 2 front teeth are actually capped from falling off of a car.
And you chipped your caps.
Well, that was about... yeah, I chipped my cap.
Let me do it. Hank, let me...
off a car.
Let me do a couple of things before I get to you. I'll get right back to you. But
all right.
This is really interesting. You talk about carjackings. To me, this is one of the most frightening crimes in the world, where you're driving in your car, and while you're driving, a maniac comes up to your door and either rips you out of your car or jumps into the passenger side and it forces you to drive off with him.
I'd rather they take the car. I don't want to drive off with them.
Well, yeah, exactly. Carjacking, and some people have, like, babies in the back, and carjackers...
They take the baby?
And the carjacker takes the baby. So, the thing is, in South Africa, of all places... This is an epidemic, carjackings. They say that 83%... Now, let me just check that figure so I'm not giving you... Oh, excuse me, it's higher. The Wall Street Journal reports that 87% of Johannesburg drivers believe they could be carjacked at any moment. That's how out of control it is.
Believing they could be carjacked.
Yes.
But that's not carjacking.
No, but it's very, very high, the amount of carjackings over in South Africa.
But that's not a statistic on the carjackings.
And I'll tell you how out of control it is, that the government actually has gotten very liberal about how to defend yourself against carjackings. They're authorizing...
Carry a gun.
Well, better than that, because even carrying a gun is tough. They now sell in South Africa, you have the right, South African drivers have the right to order something called the tranquilizer.
What's that?
Now, this is a gun positioned under the driver's seat with the barrel of the gun facing out the door. And when a car-hungry thief opens the door, his nuts are blown out the back of his jeans.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The bullet is a .308, the one hunters used to kill buffalo.
It's a real bullet. That's
a
not
real
a
bullet.
tranquilizer.
That's right.
I thought you were giving him some kind of a dart. Oh, my goodness.
I'm not making this up. This is from Maxim magazine.
Wow.
Now they sell something called the swing blade. It's a pair of 3-foot swords connected to the springs underneath the car that swing out and amputate the legs of your assailant.
I don't believe it.
This is true. It's true.
Where did they come out? I mean...
Out of the bottom of the car.
I don't believe it for a minute.
Now, you know it's got to malfunction once in a while.
Oh, please.
Imagine.
Yeah, you go open your car door and get your legs cut off.
And they have something called the blaster.
I can believe that.
At the approach of a carjacker, the driver steps on a switch that sends liquefied gas flowing out of a nozzle outside of each door. A spark is added, and whoosh.
Howard,
yeah, look, here it is. There's a picture of it. There's a fireball that shoots out of your car.
Sounds like James Bond's car.
Read
That's
this.
RoboCop.
Read it.
Yeah, it does sound like a James Bond.
Read it. It's true. It is so true.
Give me a break.
It is a true story. Ask Maxim magazine, unless they're lying.
Somebody pulled their leg.
Whatever. Remember a couple of days ago I read from the New York Post that a woman was talking about how she couldn't wait to see Notting Hill, the Julia Roberts movie.
Yes. Oh, the Post article. Yes.
Yeah. Her name was Meredith Berkman. Mm-hmm. And she said for her, for a woman, the Julia Roberts movie was like waiting for Star Wars.
Well, I was going to say to you that this is the most amazing reaction to a movie I have ever seen.
Yeah. And what do you mean?
Because you came in and you said you loved it.
I loved it.
You said it was a great romantic comedy, and that women would love this movie.
Yes.
And every woman, you know, you talk about this woman, and even my friends come back and they go, have you seen that? It is horrible.
They hate it.
Horrible, they say.
I thought it was wonderful.
They say that Julia Roberts and Grant, whatever his name is, Hugh Grant, didn't have any chemistry.
Well, Meredith is on the phone. She wants to speak to me for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I'd like to see Julia Roberts naked.
Well, that could be arranged, Hank. I'm sure when she meets you, she'll strip her clothes off. Meredith, what is it? What can I do for you?
Oh, Howard, I just wanted to thank you for mentioning my column. I'm sorry we disagree, though.
Yeah, no, it was no big deal. I wasn't actually putting you down for your opinion. I was kind of curious because I thought, when I went to see this movie with my agent, I said, gee, this is going to be a big hit movie because it's so good. You know, the women will like it, maybe even men will like it. But you said your husband fell asleep.
Oh, no, my husband was making terrible noises. He was furious at me.
Yeah. And you really didn't like it.
You know, and I really am the target demographic for this movie. I'm the biggest sucker for this kind of thing. I love Pretty Woman. I love Dirty Dancing. I love Christmas in Seattle. And I just didn't think they had chemistry.
Really?
That's what women are saying. Oh, shut up, Hank.
Well,
Hank.
Did you really feel they had a spark between them? Because I think they're both
I
really
thought that
appealing.
you, what's his name, Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
I'm not a Hugh Grant fan. I thought that he was every bit the Cary Grant kind of charm.
Right.
But did you feel that they had chemistry?
Yes.
I didn't. I think on their own they're both very appealing, but I just sort of didn't really believe the romance.
Well, do you believe Pretty Woman? That rich, wealthy man's going to go...
Yeah, there was some heat between Richard Gere and Julia.
And I also think Pretty Woman was a brilliant execution of this particular genre, of the sort of big-budget, silly, implausible...
Well, I guess as an ugly guy, I kind of felt like, hey, Hugh Grant's not that good looking. Maybe I could get Julia Roberts. I think maybe it's a guy movie. Now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe that's the problem.
Well, see, the thing about a, quote, date movie is... It has to appeal. Women supposedly make the decisions on, what movies a couple will go see.
Yes.
But there has to be this added element that will draw men in.
Right.
So Titanic, for example, the perfect date movie because you had a big disaster and a romance.
Right.
But this one, I really don't understand why people are flocking to it. I thought it was pretty. I thought the wacky friends, the eccentric friends, that was sort of engaging.
I thought the script was charming. The two actors were charming. The supporting cast was charming. I just liked it. And most of the critics agree with me.
Yeah, but women are saying... Bleh.
All right. Well, listen, we'll be open for debate. Okay, Meredith, thank you.
Thanks, Howard.
That's Meredith Berkman from the New York Post.
Yeah, because a friend of mine gave it the exact same review that Meredith did. She thought it was boring and tedious, and she thought there was no chemistry.
Sort of like my relationship with Hank.
Likes everything.
Right.
She liked Beloved.
Let me tell you another thing here. This is great. You'll love this.
What is he making noises for? Just so you know he's here?
I'm just laughing.
Hank,
do you even know what you're saying? He's so drunk.
Yes, I know what it's... I'm not that drunk.
What time did you start drinking this morning?
About 6:30.
6:30? And what are you drinking today?
Usual vodka.
Vodka?
Soda.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Vodka. Gary Garver, who goes out and does interviews for us out in Los Angeles, had a horrible incident last night. James Garner attacked him, according to what Gary tells me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Gary.
How bad could the attack be? It's James Garner.
Gary, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, how old is James Garner?
He's got to be in his late 60s, I think.
I think older than that.
60s?
Yeah.
70s, yeah.
Probably in his 70s.
Maverick was in 50s.
Right. And what happened?
Well, he was having a tribute for him, James Garner tribute, and he got out of his limo. There's a bunch of autograph guys getting his autograph, and I started asking him some questions.
What'd you ask him?
Well, I asked him the basic questions. Who's your biggest influence? And then I go, I just asked him about if he ever shaved his genitals.
Right.
And then I asked him who's the biggest a-hole in Hollywood.
Right.
And he goes, you are, I go, if you don't leave right now, I'm going to deck you. I'm like, you're going to...
He's always threatening people, James Garner.
I know.
What is his... Didn't he, try to beat up some... What happened with him? Some guy beat him up, or...
He got into a car accident.
Right, and there was an altercation, and he wound up getting beaten up, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy kicked his ass.
So he said, if you don't get out of my way, I'm going to kick your ass?
Yeah, he says, I'm going to deck you. I go, you're going to deck me? He goes, yeah, I'm going to deck you. And then his...
Why, because you asked him if he shaves his genitals?
Yeah, basically, that's what pissed him off. That was...
Well, but why doesn't he just not answer? I mean, I don't understand. Since when is it okay to deck somebody for saying, do you shave your genitals?
Yeah, but, then I asked him who's the biggest a-hole in Hollywood, and that's what, that...
Really
he recognized me from about, a couple other times.
Right.
He saw...
Well, he's such a great guy. What's the big deal? Just answer the question.
Yeah, well, he could have just ignored me,
Of course.
And, but he got in my face, and then, his limo guy got in my face and goes, I'm going to deck you. And I go, you're going to deck me?
Oh, the limo guy's going to try and prove himself.
That's why James can make the threats.
Yeah, because he's got the limo driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go, you're going to deck me? I said, deck me right here. And then, Garner goes, you don't want to mess with him. And then he lunges after me and grabs me.
Garner?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And takes the microphone and snaps it and rips it out of my hand and snaps the microphone off,
Right.
And then walks in, and then, his bodyguard's like, don't F with me, and, we're just going back and forth. But, yeah, that's what he went after me.
Did he hit you?
He didn't hit me. He just pushed me. He just shoved me. You see me, I got pushed away.
He's a big pussy. He ain't doing anything. Unless he's got the bodyguard around him.
Hey, you know what?
All these guys with their bodyguards,
Now they talk big.
Yeah, the limo driver. Tell the limo driver, take a walk around the block. We'll see. James Garner will bend down like a pussy.
Yeah, well, I stood up to the bodyguard, but, James Garner's an old dude. I ain't going to, I wasn't going to do anything to him.
Hey, you know what it is? He thinks he's still Maverick. He doesn't realize he probably can barely walk.
Yeah, it was a trip, man. I couldn't believe it. My finger's a little, messed up.
Did you go to the hospital?
No, I didn't go. It's just swollen. I think it's just sprained.
You got to have documentation.
Yeah. She's laughing. As your lawyer, we say you need documentation.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So when am I? Can I hear this interview now, or do I have to wait till Monday?
I find it in the Rockford files.
I could just go in and get it down to you in about an hour if you want me to.
I can wait till Monday then.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean it's good, and we saw the videotape of it. It's funny. I mean, you see how pissed. You see him get pissed off.
Yeah, because you're such a wild man. You asked him if he shaves his genitals.
Yeah, it freaked him out.
Yeah, he couldn't handle it. Because you know what? He's such an important man on this planet, because he was in Maverick, that he deserves an incredible interview experience.
He's like the king.
Yeah, he's a very important man. He's not just one of us.
Yeah, I mean...
He's above us.
The thing is, Howard, 90% of the celebrities are
below
cool.
us.
He's a big asswipe, man. He mouthed off about me on The Tonight Show. He didn't think I was going to come back at him. He didn't think that what am I supposed to do, sit like a dog? I'm going to interview him.
He didn't think there would be any repercussions.
Yeah, he mouths off to me.
Well, let me tell you something. Anytime you want me to get him, I'll get him. Screw him.
Sure. Listen, there's nothing against the law.
Doesn't he know you've gone after O.J.?
Yeah, there's nothing against the law about interviewing people. That's what these guys don't understand. And you don't force the issue. You always say to him, hey, do you want to speak to us? And after he speaks, you go...
The questions are the questions.
Yeah.
The thing is, these guys, rarely do I get attacked, but you know how I back off. I just let them do their thing. I'm not after to hurt them or.
Right. No, you're a gentleman. I've seen you work.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
All right. Feel better. I'm sorry that your back is broken now.
Compensation.
You're right. Take care, man.
All right.
That's the great Gary Garver working for us out in Los Angeles.
Yeah, being attacked by James Garner.
A 71-year-old man. He is 71, by the way. I checked.
Yeah, I was going to say he's much more than 60.
And whatever happened to Ivan? Is Ivan coming in, or?
Are we being stood out?
Yeah, I think we said we were going to take a break and set up for the next bit, and then we'd bring those guys in.
Oh, I don't know if Ivan wants to be here when the chicks queef.
Oh, I thought Ivan would be the perfect judge.
Wow. Where is Ivan? Is he here?
Yeah, he's in the front green room. You want me to bring him in now?
Yeah, bring him in for a sec. Hank, you mind sharing the couch with Ivan? He's a big Hollywood director. He made the movie Stripes. He made Ghostbusters.
How's Hank's movie career going?
All right, yeah.
You were in the movies.
That's all right.
You don't care if you sit there with Ivan.
How's your movie career?
Well, it's getting up there. It's as long as I got Martin Landau backing me up,
Martin Landau.
Well, whatever. I know
Way to influence people.
Ivan's the guy who made all those great movies. He, of course, was the executive producer on my movie. And
I've seen Stripes. And Ghostbusters.
Ever see Dwarf Busters? He's thinking of making that. Yeah. Dwarf Busters.
If he's thinking of making it, let him get in touch with me.
Yeah. Because I was talking to Ivan yesterday.
Yes.
And, in talking about his projects that are upcoming, he said something about he wants to make a movie called Dwarf Busters.
Real?
Yeah, where Hank the Angry Dwarf
I didn't know that.
fights ghosts.
Dwarf Busters.
Hey, Ivan. There's Ivan, there's Lenny. Ivan, you might not want to get too close to Hank. You might want to move down a little.
I want to take the next one.
Take that one. Go ahead, Lenny. Sit down. Lenny wrote the movie Private Parts.
Lenny Bloom.
Lenny Bloom.
Well, I've seen Private Parts. In fact, I'm reading your book for the second time.
Is that right?
Have you learned anything?
Thank you, Hank.
Nothing.
Definitely nothing.
Ivan, I hope you don't mind sharing the couch with Hank, the angry drunken dwarf. Hey, Hank, out of respect for Ivan's career, don't puke. All right?
I won't.
Good, because that would be embarrassing to him.
I'm not that sick.
All right. Yet.
I'll wait till I leave.
Ivan, if Hank is doing movies, on the set, can you have a sassy seat for him?
No, just have a bar.
All right, Hank. Just sit there and sip
He
your
doesn't care how
vodka.
low the seat is, as long as there's a drink in front of it.
A bar. What time did you start drinking? 6:30?
Yeah, about that.
Right.
How long have you been here? When did you get here?
I got here about 6:30.
What's the name of that movie you did? Tell Ivan.
Oh, the Shoeshine Boys. I play a deviant.
Deviant.
I didn't see that.
Or deviant.
You haven't seen that one?
Whatever the hell you want to call it. Well, it hasn't come out yet, basically.
Right.
Although they showed a showing in L.A.
Doesn't Hank remind you of a misshapen Bill Murray?
Bill's a very handsome man.
I like Bill Murray.
You like him?
Well, I never met him, but, I mean...
Have you seen all of Ivan's movies? Have you seen the movie that he did with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito? A little movie called Twins. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Oh, I think that's great.
Yeah. You must have liked that because Danny DeVito's very short.
He's your hero, right?
I worked with...
I look up to him.
Up in Manchester. No, I never met Danny DeVito in person, but I worked with a guy. I did a show up in Manchester, New Hampshire with a guy. He said his name was John DeVito. He said he was related to Danny, but he doesn't like him.
That's beautiful. Well, what about you?
What is it?
Letting Lenny and I in today.
Yeah.
Well,
Ivan, would you ever make Twins 2 with Hank and Hugh Grant? Team those two up? That's because you're known for some incredible teamings. I mean, Arnold.
Something you and I.
Right.
Well, I'd rather do it with Arnold.
What?
I'd rather do it with Arnold.
Oh, you would.
Yeah, but Arnold's unavailable.
All right, sit back and let Ivan and Lenny talk a little bit.
I just wanted to...
How about me and you?
Me and you?
Yeah.
I'm not working with you. You're not a professional.
Want to bet?
Right. All right.
Pretty soon I'll be making more money than you.
How's that?
Yeah, I want to see that. Sit back there and relax, will you? How dare you insult me?
I didn't insult you.
He's trying to hand Ivan his cap. He doesn't want...
No, Ivan doesn't want to drink with you.
All right. Then I'll drink by myself.
Like you always do. Ivan, you come to us from Hollywood, where you live.
So nice to see you again.
Good to see you, Ivan. And Lenny, of course, the brilliant screenwriter who developed the screenplay Private Parts.
Yes, he did.
And also wrote Meatballs and Stripes?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive list.
Thank you very much. And Beethoven second.
You did write that?
Wow.
I wouldn't brag about that.
You
anyway,
love Beethoven.
No, I did. I love Beethoven. I'm just kidding with you. I'm just yanking you. So, Ivan and I were together last night.
Yes.
Because everyone's always asking me about my movie career.
After you pushed your car home.
Yeah. Yeah. After I pushed my car home, I barely got back to see Ivan.
Oh, my God.
And then,
so we were in a very, very good mood as a result.
Yeah, we had a high-powered meeting. It was Ivan, Lenny,
yes,
and Dan Goldberg.
Oh,
yeah, Danny couldn't come this morning.
There.
He was dying to come, but
he's sick.
He's sick.
You're kidding.
Yeah. And the reason the guys are in town is that the movie Private Parts is actually going on cable television on the USA Network.
Mm-hmm.
They bought the rights to it. And because it's television, you got to change some junk around.
I see.
So we're going to actually shoot some stuff, do a special TV version.
Now, you know, what's interesting is I think this is the first time that I know of that people are adding, actually, new stuff.
Usually you take away.
That's right. We're not really going to take away anything. We're going to try to keep the original movie intact.
Thank you.
With some subtle alterations.
Right.
In terms of what you can and can't see, much the way you do on your syndicated show.
Yes, because it's actually frightening when they come to you with a list of stuff they want to take out. The movie would have been about 20 minutes long. Really, it would have been 20 minutes long.
It's a half-hour movie.
So we had to come up with something.
This is actually going to be longer than the original.
Yes. We will add to the movie.
6 new scenes.
6 new scenes.
And you're going to shoot everything this weekend?
We're very fast.
We're shooting 6 new scenes this weekend.
Wow.
That is correct.
I think it'll be something new and something special, so even people who have seen the film already.
See, this is why you're a genius. You're a genius.
Yes.
You really are.
Hey, Howard, could I be in it?
You think so?
Who, Hank?
The movie's already done, Hank.
No, the movie's done. Maybe the next one. So while I was sitting there, Ivan always says to me about my career. Ivan, thinks that Private Parts was such a good movie.
It was a good movie.
That the second movie has to be very important.
Yes.
And
I've only seen it 3 times.
What was that, Hank?
That's a test.
I said I've only seen it 3 times.
Yeah, and 2 times you were asleep.
He sleeps through different parts.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic. But he wakes up at various points. But I got to tell you something. And by the way, if we're going to shoot 6 new scenes in one day, I think that qualifies us to take over the place of Ed Wood. Because I don't even think this is the first time anybody...
quality control whatsoever.
None whatsoever. Whatever happens, happens.
That's fine.
I don't even think Ed Wood worked that fast.
You're a brilliant improvisational artist.
I'm sorry?
You're a brilliant improvisational artist. Things are very fresh.
Let me pull my pants down while you lick my ass.
From experience.
No, Lenny's brilliant. And let me say how brilliant you are.
I write a scene, and you do what you want. Brilliant improvisationist.
Well, why not? What's the difference? As long as it comes out good. So the point I'm making is that Ivan sat down and in one sweeping stroke revealed to me what he thinks my second picture should be. And I was stunned. It was a very brilliant dissertation.
He came prepared.
I did think so.
You thought it was a...
I'm pretty sure he was making it up as he went along.
He didn't prepare.
I don't think he prepared at all.
I was speaking with passion.
No, you really were. After he was done, I said, there's a movie I'd like to be in.
Wow. Well?
And Lenny's prepared to write it.
Well?
I've been... Well, what?
Well, what are you
practically
doing?
signed a contract last night.
Right?
That's right.
If I had a contract, I think you would have signed, wouldn't you?
That's right. Would have signed, Ivan would have left, and never would have heard from him again. Ivan, all I'm going to say, based on what you told me last night, you should be knighted.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Sir Ivan Reitman.
That's right.
No, really, it was really very brilliant. It was a movie I said, afterwards I slammed down my cocktail on the counter and I went...
Cocktail.
That's right.
Yeah, we were all having cocktails.
We were all having cocktails. I slammed down my cocktail and I said, that's the movie I want to make. And that was it. I was loaded. That's right.
Slamming down glasses.
That's right. And now Lenny will disappear for 3 years and write.
That's right. He'll go back up to the mountains.
That's right.
I have to finish a movie I'm writing for Chris Rock first, and right after that...
You're going to work on this.
Rock?
Absolutely.
Yes, he is. He is.
What is that movie?
What is that movie?
I can't...
It is Top Secret?
State Secret.
What is it called?
State Secret.
State Secret.
Let's hold him down and take him until he does.
Can a white man write for a black man?
I'm going to find out.
Because Lenny is one of the whitest.
You are so white.
Federal government.
I'm Canadian. That's even.
That's so white.
You're a Canadian Jew.
But after working with you, I think it's increased my powers.
Yes. Well, I know you can write for anyone.
Thank you.
You know, I think there's a neutrality about Canadians. It allows us, to walk in uncharted waters.
I saw a great thing about Canadians. You know, they threw me off the station in Montreal.
That was the great thing?
And the station...
I was very sad. I grew up in Montreal.
Let me tell you something. The station lost... this was in the newspaper yesterday. The station lost so much in ratings and revenue after they fired me for no goddamn reason whatsoever.
Yeah, well,
except
we're getting a lot of protests.
I was complaining about the French. Could you imagine? Big deal. They
didn't understand the joke.
No, they didn't understand. I was talking about the French that live in France during World War II.
Not French Canadians. They're the greatest.
They're the most wonderful.
I'm married to a French Canadian.
Exactly. I love her.
She's wonderful.
She's beautiful. So the thing is that they threw me off the station, and the station now has lost all its ratings, and they are doing a fire sale. They're actually selling off the station.
Right.
And it's going to be sold very cheaply then, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It is the Wrath of Stern.
Yeah,
good, I love it. What is that, Hank?
About 5 cents for it.
There you go, Hank. Have another swig.
I'm just thinking it's two-shot. When I'm thinking it's two-shot on here.
Let me ask you guys a question. And Ivan, you certainly, I try to guess how much you're worth, and I think maybe $1 billion or something because of all the great movies you made. And Lenny, one day you'll be worth $1 billion. I'm convinced of that. I'm going to say something really honest, okay? Yeah, go ahead. I'm not worth $1 billion. Not even close. You're not even close. Not even close. You told me you were going to buy Montreal.
You're not hurting.
You're not hurting, right? I'm not hurting. You're not hurting at all.
You can buy Montreal for a dime.
Hey, by the way, are you... a little color commentary. What is this you're talking about? Ghostbusters, you're releasing that on DVD?
Yeah, we just finished doing... Do you have
Thank
I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah, and what do you do? You sit there with Harold Ramis and who else?
And Joe Metrick.
And Joe Metrick.
Who was one of the producers as well.
And you do a running... On one of the channels on the DVD, one of the things, you can actually see you doing commentary?
You'll talk about how you decided to do whatever you did?
Yeah, you know how they have these things where the directors talk about the films and that kind of, the producers and that stuff. Yeah. And we did that, but instead of just a voice, we were actually in the shot. It was sort of like that Mystery Science Theater thing.
Right, where you guys
silhouette.
You guys.
That's a good idea.
Point the stuff and
that's great.
And is there something different about the movie? It's the same movie, but it's a pristine copy, right?
It's a really good quality copy. The original copy was horrible, actually. The original video copy was made in like 85 or 86.
Really? And, I look at that picture of Sigourney Weaver when she has her, she is an attractive woman. Why did you not bang her during the making of Ghostbusters?
First of all, I'm married.
Oh, please.
She's married.
Why don't you at least pleasure yourself while she's nude in the room?
Oh, boy.
Some guy called me today.
Like on a set.
Yeah. Some guy called me up today. He says he went to a bar. He's married. He met a married woman. She was a knockout. They went back to her place. And she stripped down, and he stripped down, and he pleasured himself while she pleasured himself. He said, is that cheating? And I don't think it is. Am I crazy?
I think we should take a national poll.
Yeah, I think it's that sounds like a loophole that I hadn't thought of. But anyway, yeah, she was very beautiful, Sigourney Weaver there.
Yeah, there's actually a few scenes that we shot that we ended up taking out that we put back in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we added, not as part of the whole movie, but just as a special section.
Right, yeah, it's a great movie. It really is a great movie. It's fun. Hey, do you guys want to be here when these girls have a queefing contest?
Absolutely not.
Why? What is the big deal? Help us judge. Why
Can I go with you?
I'm not even sure what
I do.
it is.
Let me tell you what it is. Hank, you'll stay for it? You're not worried about your image?
What image?
I already did Hank here, so,
Right, yeah. No, but here, let me explain it to you, because you're Mr. Animal House, let's face it.
Come on.
You're a wild guy. I know this about you. And Lenny, you certainly are nuts, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely nuts, yes.
Right. The thing is...
Howard, my university...
Clear your throat, please.
Excuse me, Master University is honoring me tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Good, let's ruin your reputation right now. No, here's what a queefing is. Let me explain it to you. There were two ladies here who called my show. They make noises through their most intimate of areas. And each one has a 1-minute round to get out the most and to also the highest quality. That's why we need judges. Yes. It would be over in 2 minutes. All you have to do is give me your vote on who was better and why, and then we move on.
Well, you know how I feel about Adventures of Fart Man, the movie you wanted.
Right. Yeah, that's not your thing.
Anti-flatulence thing, So.
You don't find that funny?
No.
You're not into the fart humor?
No, I'm sorry.
I guarantee you'll laugh if you see this. I guarantee you'll laugh. All right, maybe I won't embarrass you with that. I can see
really
that you're not.
Appreciate that.
I can see you're not comfortable with the queefing.
Yeah, I was very comfortable though
with Hank.
With Hank. So.
Well, Hank is an actor.
Well, yeah, I'm not really that bad of a guy. Some people think I'm an asshole.
So I can't imagine why. His poor mother. Anyway, first of all, I didn't even mention why Hank is here.
Yes,
and then
I was wondering.
I wanted to get in the Ghostbusters plug for you, Ivan. What else? Are you plugging anything else?
I'm not plugging.
You're not plugging. You just came
to work with you, Howard.
Well, yeah, we're going to be doing private parts tomorrow for the TV version.
Okay.
They're doing a documentary on me.
Shut up. Go ahead, yeah. I'm sorry, yes?
No, they are.
No, not you, Ivan.
We're talking to Ivan.
No way to compete here.
We'll let Ivan finish, and then we'll find out about your documentary.
All right.
Go ahead.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, go ahead, Ivan. What were you about to say?
No, I really think that the audience of Private Parts will have a great time when they see it on television, because what we're going to shoot tomorrow is very interesting and very funny.
It is funny.
And I don't think I've never seen it before.
Yeah. Plus, we're going to work some chicks into it, too.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, why not?
This should be an event.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to work on the weekend.
Yeah, we came up with that last night. No, they
may
can't
want to
be
re-release the movie once they see it.
They might, yes.
Because with this new stuff.
Actually, in some bizarre way, it's funnier with what they do.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Okay.
I'm anxious. You know, and then when it goes on cable, it gets a sort of a
boost.
Bigger audience,
Yeah.
a broader audience, which is setting me up for my next film.
There you go. And that's why you have to get busy on your next film.
Now, the movie that Ivan described to me for the next film is funnier even than Private Parts.
Really?
Yes. If you can imagine that.
That's weird, because Private Parts is very funny.
No, this is funnier.
You know what I'd be curious to know? I mean, apart from Hank here.
Yeah.
What your audience would think, who would be an interesting pairing with you?
Really?
You know, who might...
Like another guy?
With you, perhaps, like...
Yeah, my luck, I'll get to work with a guy.
Like a buddy film?
If they could pick anyone in the whole world, who would they like to see you with?
Hey, Robin, who would you like to
Dwarf.
Will Smith?
Will Smith would be good, both of all.
Yeah, I guess I could play a Klansman.
Nah, I wouldn't want him.
You wouldn't want Will Smith.
Who would you like to see Howard with?
I don't think you should say Ivan. I think you're revealing too much.
No.
Myself.
You would like to see you and Howard in a film. Okay.
I like to work with Richard Belzer so I look handsome. That's what I'm looking for.
Maybe Pamela Anderson if you want a chick.
Right. But wouldn't be bad.
Robin, you'd be all right also.
See, what we plan to do with this movie is to pair me up with somebody, but we're going to pair me up first before we even write it, so we can tailor-make it to the two of us.
Right.
And we have
How about you and Eddie Murphy?
Well, we have two people in mind that we want.
Eddie Murphy's cool.
But I don't think we should reveal.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right? Because if we reveal that would take away the joke.
You have two people in mind already.
Because Ivan's the king of pairing people. He thought to team up Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
That's true.
Yep.
See? And that was a great teaming.
Bugs Bunny, Michael Jordan.
Thank you.
No.
That was very original.
That was a picnic, right? That was fun.
That was great fun.
Yeah.
Actually.
Although, actually, I like it when they put cartoons with real-life people.
Really?
I bet you do.
I do.
It's like your hallucinations.
Like when you're in here.
Well, I've done a lot of acid, so...
Right. You know what? I was thinking me and Calvin Klein.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if you two would get along well.
We're married. I have a whole theory on that. I think people would love it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would actually like to team up with Barry Diller from the USA Network.
He's not too...
As long as you don't team up with Phyllis Diller.
What?
I said, as long as you don't team up with Phyllis Diller.
You're a scream, I gotta tell you. I guess you gotta be drunk to understand it.
Well, that must have been really funny.
Right.
In his head.
Well, I don't know. Who knows? But,
I wonder who you have in
Phyllis
mind.
Diller is one of the most ugliest bitches in the world.
Oh, please. A little respect.
She's ill.
You know who I really would love to team up with in a movie?
Who?
Kathy Lee.
Oh, man.
That's not a movie. That's a pay-per-view fight.
That's a special. Well, maybe Ivan can make that happen because he's such a world-renowned director that he could convince her.
Certainly, if you can't get Kathy Lee.
He could probably convince Marilyn Monroe.
I love you, Hank.
He just hit that point where he can't shut up.
All the things that we've had together.
Yeah, I like when you panel.
Putting me in this situation.
Great, with Hank.
You know what? Hank has a level where he's under control.
Right.
And then while he's in here, he usually goes over. He just hit that spot.
Yeah, that's called Hank's on liftoff. It all just kicked in.
Blast off. That's right.
That high just kicked in.
We have ignition.
Yeah, it's like the birds 8 miles high.
Right. You're there. Now you know how Hank's mom feels.
Oh, dear.
She's got to live with him every day.
No,
So,
she doesn't.
I don't know who the hell I should team with. I mean, this
She
is...
doesn't. She doesn't have to live with me every day.
I thought you live with your mother.
I do, but I don't.
You do, but you don't. Why? How is that?
Because I'm never home.
Didn't you just almost die? Didn't you have pneumonia really bad and like
No.
you almost died?
No.
I heard
wasn't
you were in the hospital.
No, I haven't been in the hospital in a long.
And you didn't have pneumonia.
No.
And they didn't have to bring you and get you, and you had something in your lung, like you were all infected and everything?
No.
No.
I don't know. That was maybe some moron called in and said something like that.
All right, so you're fine.
I'm in semi-good health. I do have a bad back and weak legs.
You do.
But that's true.
Right.
Maybe you should send him to Dr. Sarno.
No, I don't
It
want
might be psychosomatic.
I don't want to go. No.
What is it, Doug?
Hank, hey, over here, buddy.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, what is it, Doug?
Hank, you had pneumonia in your right lung about 2 months ago, remember?
Yeah.
You went to the hospital. Remember that?
I did. Oh, I did.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he doesn't remember.
Maybe I was drunk.
So they fixed you up.
And if it didn't get treated, it could have been fatal.
We could have lost Hank.
Yes.
Yeah.
We forced him to the hospital.
I'd probably lost in space.
Yeah, he wants to die anyway. Right, Hank?
Yeah.
You can't wait to go to the next world where you can be tall. Well, anyway, very sad story. So, Ivan...
Yeah, the end of it.
Let me get back to Ivan. He's a very important director.
Let me out of here.
No. Talk to him.
Oh, I know. Michael Jackson's kid is healthier than you, Hank.
Oh.
All right.
Michael Jackson is even healthier than I am.
Hey.
Right. Okay. So, how about
You're
teaming me
totally
up?
stunned, aren't you?
Yeah. How about me and Christopher Reeve together on screen? What do you think?
Oh, stop it.
And an evil scientist switches us, and I'm stuck in Christopher Reeve's body.
Oh.
Let me think about that. I could start shooting tomorrow. All right. So, Ivan, what you're here to say is that not only is Ghostbusters on DVD, but you're in town to the TV version of Private Parts.
Yes.
Which will be somewhat different from the actual movie that we saw in the theaters.
Something added.
Yeah, something added, which no one ever does. Usually people don't care. It was very upsetting when we learned that they were going to cut stuff out. That's why we came up with this. Is that correct, Ivan? Because even Betty Thomas, the director, said...
Is Betty directing?
She was like, no. She goes, she's busy. I'm taking my name off this film. Ivan, will you be taking a directing credit on this new footage?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And what are you doing now? Are you preparing a new movie?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Can you give us...
No.
What do you mean you can't? Why can no one talk about anything they're doing?
Lenny can't talk. Ivan
Because nothing
can't
is
talk.
signed.
The only one who wants to talk is Hank. Is it a big star?
Why?
Usually you work with big stars. This is a big star, or you're taking some unknowns this time?
I'm working on 2 films, one with unknowns and one with a star.
I see.
A star.
And what are the themes of these movies?
This is like going to be 20 questions.
You can't say anything.
I can't say anything because...
Neither one of them
I'll say
can you
one
talk
thing is
about?
very elaborate.
It's elaborate.
Very elaborate
Right.
and involves special effects and all kinds of...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
Like the good old days.
Right. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
I understand. What is it, Gabe? Real quick, because I got to take a break.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, am I going to be on?
You are?
You're on, you big dope.
Oh, how you doing? Yeah, listen, I went to school with Ivan back at McMaster in 1971,
Yes.
and he was charged for making a porno film.
You were what? You were charged for making a porno film?
Yeah,
While
I brought
in
this
school?
up, actually.
Yeah, you were...
Along with Hank, you brought this up.
Right, you made a porno.
Yeah, he made a porno.
I, in fact, did
Yeah,
not
but I
make a
didn't
porno
make it
film.
with
You did not make a porno.
No.
Well,
There's a film right now that you see on HBO.
What is the film?
Goodbye, Columbus.
Goodbye Columbus, you bet.
No, nothing good.
No, what is it?
He made it, and he was charged. And
It was called My Secret Life.
He went to court, and the judge at that time had said to
Well, you're probably gay.
Stop it, Hank. He's not attacking him.
Was that Ivan or Hank who said that?
I said it.
He went to court, and the judge said to him, if he spent more time on his studies rather than filmmaking, make something of himself.
Oh, that's funny.
Instead of film.
You had to go to court film?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Danny Goldberg and I.
No kidding.
Why are you yelling? Protecting me.
Look at that.
Sticking up for you.
They stick it up for you. You're sticking up for Ivan, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
He's taking
I don't want this
to Ivan.
stupid moron.
Well, I
Who
saw
cares
that.
about
I saw
porno?
that. I saw that movie.
You don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
Oh, my
I
God.
saw that movie, and it was very artistic, and it wasn't pornographic, not at all.
Well, what happened? You mean you're not allowed to make porno in
You know what,
Canada?
Some kid in McMaster thought that Dan Goldberg and I were using McMaster, the school money, to make this film, which was about
Which is brilliant.
And in fact, it wasn't. It was it was money from our parents, actually, that went to make this.
Right. How much did it cost to make this movie?
I think it was $5,000.
I'll tell you, Howard, it was fantastic.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was great. The campus was buzzing that night when they were going to show it. And I was hired as I was a student. I was hired as a kind of a doorman to protect all the doors. And the cops were supposedly coming to campus. They didn't know where the film was going to be showing.
Right.
And Ivan and the boys were smart enough to get a Donald Duck cartoon. Just in case the did come in, then we would flash the cartoon on.
Is that true?
And it happened.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not true.
We showed the movie. Somebody called the police. The police came by, and we ended up in a trial that we lost.
Right.
We lost. It actually made, made law in Canada in terms of the definition of obscenity.
Wow. Well, I didn't know that. All right, dude.
Great. But congratulations to you, Ivan, for getting your doctorate at Toronto. I think McMaster should have given you a doctorate for a fantastic work.
I guess I jumped in too quick.
What is that, Hank? Yeah, Hank. This guy's a nice guy.
Nice guy. You didn't have to
I guess I jumped in too quick. I thought he was like bad-mouthing him.
No, Ivan, I think is great.
All right, I'm sorry about that.
All right. Hank was a little loaded. He didn't know what was going on.
Keep up the good
He's
work,
trying
Ivan.
to keep
You're
the thread.
a great Canadian, my friend.
I'll tell you one thing. Hank's better than Mike Ovitz. He protects his clients. I'll tell you
Not
that.
even my client.
Right. You're not even representing Ivan today.
Yeah.
He protects his
Perhaps after today.
Yeah.
No, anybody who's anti-establishment, I protect.
You protect, all right. Hank, the way you're sucking up to Ivan, you might get a role in one of his next movies.
Is Hank wearing his own face on his T-shirt?
Yeah, Hank is selling T-shirts now.
I didn't know that.
Well, actually, Doug made these.
He did. Very attractive. All right, listen.
The Angry Drunken Dwarf.
Right. Now, okay, let me give Hank a plug, and then I can talk about Ivan for a second more. All right. Hank has a website.
Yes, I have a website.
HankTheDwarf.com. You can join Hank Friday, June 4th at the Dugout in Comac, Long Island from 10 to 2.
All right, what will he be doing there?
He'll be judging a bra and panty contest.
Oh.
Also see Hank June 10th at Charlie's Angels in Carteret, New Jersey.
I've been there.
Hank's making a fortune. What do you get in appearance now? How many?
Oh, it varies. Depends, too, on how much I have to pay.
Right.
To,
how much is a general appearance? A couple of grand?
Not always. Usually about 5 to 1,000.
500 to 1,000. June 16th at After Dark, Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey.
I don't even know half this stuff.
You don't even know any of the things.
You don't know where you're going. You just show up.
And June 18th, you'll be at the Live 105 Concert Festival at the Shoreline Amphitheater, Mountain View, California. So Hank has obviously got a very busy...
He's on the road. He's touring.
He has a busy itinerary.
Cole Bass is going with me.
I never thought you'd be busier than Ivan, but you are. Ivan's only working on 2 pictures. Some of the audience is calling in who they'd like to see me teamed up with.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Lisa, go ahead.
Howard, I love you. I love Private Part's best movie ever.
Thank you.
And I think it would stir up so much controversy if you would star with O.J.
Oh, please.
About O.J. and me in a buddy movie?
You and O.J.
Yeah. Let's try to guess what the gross of that movie would be.
Yeah. Gross, all right. Well, what about he could be like Link from Mod Squad?
I would love to.
Solid. O.J., would you like to be in the movie? You would love to.
I would love to.
You would love to. Okay, thank you. Well, we'll call you later. Thank you. Me and O.J.
Well, that's one suggestion.
I'd watch that. I'd actually go to that. Maybe I'm nuts.
But you're not Howard Stern. You're in the movie.
I know.
Really, man.
All right. Anyway, so Ivan is here because we're going to be shooting this weekend.
Because I missed you.
You missed me. We had a great time last night together.
Are you going to shoot him?
What? What?
You going to shoot him?
All right. And Ivan, give me that bottle, Hank. You've had enough.
Wait a minute, I'm just seeing something here. He should be on the couch all the time.
Yeah. Who's that? Hank.
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 I was hoping it wasn't me.
Ivan, are you smelling Hank's breath at this point? Because Ivan looks woozy. Ivan's like...
The amazing thing is Dan Goldberg was very psychic this morning.
What did he say?
No, he's
Don't show up.
I'm just too sick. I'm not going to show up.
Right. You should have been sick, too.
I've been sick.
All right, so Ivan, I'll be seeing you tomorrow for that.
Yes,
also, anybody who wants to can buy the DVD version of Ghostbusters, which includes some new scenes you never saw before, and also the director actually sitting there watching the movie with you.
Yeah.
And explaining junk to you, cool stuff. And also, I guess that's it. And then
that's it.
Yeah, I guess that's really it. And Lenny is writing for Chris Rock right now, and then Perhaps we'll be writing a movie for
Are you
me.
writing with him or just for him?
For him, but he's involved.
He is.
Tell him we said hello.
I will.
Send my love.
You're involved, on the scripts, right?
Right. Yeah, I understand. So, okay, we'll take a break. And what we're going to do, Hank, if you want to stay for the queefing contest, you can.
Yes, he must.
Yeah, and I got a story I got to tell you.
Ivan's got a whole career going. He doesn't want to be here for queefing. He's all uptight about his image.
Well, no, I got a story that Doug wants me to tell you.
All right, you'll tell us the story when we get back?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do the news and we'll do queefing when we get back. It's a big contest. 2 women who are desperate to get the title as the world's best queef artist. Right after these words.
Like a freak on the leash, monkey boy, feeling like I have no release. Oh my Jesus Christ, Lord have mercy. Oh, he is crazy. That man is crazy. You ever seen his shows? He is crazy. Crazy. The Howard Stern Show.